When we were prepping to move to Scotland, I assumed, rightly as it turned out, that I would have time while we were here to catch up on things that I'd been putting off for years. So I brought my entire box of old videotapes with me, which the TSA did not appreciate, by the way, in the hopes that I could finally take the time to digitize them. A bit of background here. When I was in high school, my parents got me a video camera for Christmas. Everyone needs a thing in high school, right? Mine was that I was a girl with a video camera. Of course, everyone carries a video camera in their pocket now, but back in 2004, it meant something to have access to that, and I was very proud of it. This spring marks 10 years since I graduated from high school, which makes me feel very old. Almost as old as saying, that makes me feel old makes me feel. And it's whatever. I know that there are people who are older than me who will roll their eyes at that, and there are people younger than me who will think, yeah, 10 years since high school, you are kind of old. Because, you know, perspective. But over this past winter, I did what I had determined to do. I digitized every bit of my 50 or so videotapes, and it forced me to come face to face with some past selves that I had more or less swept under the rug over the last decade. I moved around a lot growing up. One particularly difficult move, I typed up a list of all the people in the world that I knew cared about me, and I kept it in my wallet so that when I was eating lunch alone at school, I could take it out and read it over to remember that I did indeed have friends somewhere. The memory of better times was a sustaining force in such precarious moments, but it also became something of a compulsion to record things, like some sort of equivalent to Katie was here, carved into a tree, but like every tree along the path that I was walking. Because at that point in my life, I had seen more change than my mere 16 or 17 years would suggest. For my age, I was uncommonly aware of the fact that everything ends. I became a sort of de facto keeper of memories, and it wasn't just for myself either, for my friends, my family, school groups. But 10 years later, I look back on so much of what it is on those tapes and I think, who actually wants these memories? I don't need sustaining as much these days. The ground doesn't shift beneath my feet in the same ways now as it did then. And truthfully, if I want to reminisce about something, it probably isn't high school. But I can't get rid of those tapes now. If who I was 10 years ago cared about something enough to record it, I want to honor that for some reason. The thing is, it can be difficult to remember our past selves. We want to think that their quirks or idiosyncrasies died with them a long time ago. And some of them probably did, but we know that some of them didn't. It's more than a little funny to me that one of those very quirks, the video recording mania, was capable of and characterized by making such a blatant record of itself. This record won't allow me to rewrite my own history, intentionally or otherwise, with any degree of innocence, which is simultaneously really cool and sort of terrible. Now and always, for me anyway, the desire to be new will always be tempered by the knowledge that everything I am has its roots somewhere, there, in the record.